Hey guys, welcome back. So in this part we're going to go ahead and do the bottom piece. So let's go ahead and isolate this and crack on. So we've forgotten to delete these edges last time, so let's go ahead and figure out where they're going and then delete them. So don't need that one, don't need this one and that one and that one. Okay. So just checking if we didn't mess anything up. Okay, cool. So basically we're going to push this in nearly all the way to where this edge is, and what we're going to do is we're actually going to go ahead and just delete these faces for now. So just select all of them apart from that bottom one and delete it, and then this way we sort of see where the inner side of this is. So the first thing I'm gonna have to do is go ahead and push this back. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what we need to push back here. So I think we can go ahead and just delete this edge. Oops. So let's go ahead and delete that, and I think we're gonna go ahead and grab this whole bit and just pull it forward. Okay, so nice in our side view, if I just turn on wireframe, I think it's going to be that edge. So let's just go ahead and select this loop, and then let's go ahead and manually select all of these, which is a little bit of a pain. And hopefully we don't select anything else, and then we'll go ahead and make this selection into the vertices, and then we should be able to go ahead and just drag this forward quite easily. Okay, and I think I selected something else as well. Hopefully I haven't. So if you press W on the keyboard, the little arrow will come up, and if that's roughly in the middle, then most likely you haven't selected anything else. So let's just right click and go to vertex, and actually you can just go ahead and drag this in edge mode as well. So let's just deselect this edge and then go to shift right click or control right click to vertices, and we should be able to drag this in. And I'm gonna go ahead and have a look in my, okay, so this should be fairly easy to just push forward. Make sure we don't cause any issues. Just going to turn on wireframe so see how much space we have. Go into our side view. Okay, and basically we're going to push this back all the way here to where this edge is. So if we just push this back around here, it should be fine. Okay, so we got our space, and now basically we just got fill this up, and we're gonna have to do a couple of cleanups here to get these edges right, but it should be okay, so it shouldn't be too bad really. So let's go ahead and try to, hopefully we can do this in this part if it don't drag on for too long, hopefully. So let's go ahead and extrude. Let me just think what's the best way of doing this. I think we're going to go ahead and extrude, and actually this is symmetrical, I think. Yeah, this is symmetrical, so we can actually just go ahead and cut this in half. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and insert an edge loop, and in options just put in equal multiple edge loops and just put in one, and that way it will put it right in the center of the mesh. And then we can just grab these faces and delete them. Okay, and let's go ahead and start filling this in, and also make sure that we go ahead and reset this. Okay, so this is all good. We've only got to do one half. Should be pretty good for us. And also if we go ahead and turn on our top, we can sort of see where it needs to line up, and that edge, this edge, is really close to where it actually needs to be. If you turn on X-ray, you can tell. Okay, so it's a little bit inside, but not too much, so it should be fine. What you can do, you can actually go ahead and no, that should be fine. We'll just roughly eyeball it and then see what it looks like. So let's just go ahead and isolate this again. We can always move it if it's not exactly the right place. So what I'm going to do first is we're going to go ahead and drag this one down. So extrude it just down in the world. So just pull this down. Okay, in the side view, turn on X-ray so see what I'm doing. And we're going to go ahead and snap it to here. And it should be, oops, make sure that you have the right axis selected. Okay, and we're also going to go ahead and let's go ahead and extrude this once more and pull it out, and then just use a merge vertex tool to snap these up. Okay, so it's pretty easy so far. It might be a bit too much back, but we can always go ahead and adjust that later after we cut this in, so that shouldn't be an issue really. Let's go ahead and do this bit. So let's just grab this, extrude in the world and down. And I'm also going to go ahead and scale this to straighten this up somewhat. It doesn't matter if it's not perfectly straight. And I'm just going to snap it to this vert and then use a merge vertex tool again to go ahead and snap that up. Okay, and just to make sure, I'm going to select that vertex and snap it up to this. And it doesn't look like it, but I'm pretty sure that that is straight. Yeah, it should be anyway. And we're going to go ahead and add in an edge loop here. So roughly there, doesn't have to be the right place. And then use our move tool to go ahead and snap it up. And now it's definitely lined up with this vert. And then we're going to select these two, merge vertices, merge vertices. Okay. So we got this loop going around, and we're also going to have to go ahead and probably fix a couple of things, but actually should be okay. So let's go ahead and start on the bottom and start extruding this one upwards. Okay, and I'm not going to line these up perfectly, I think. Just so it's easier for me to merge them together, or make sure that they'll merge together properly. So, well, there are two ways of doing it. We can go ahead and snap this up perfectly and then just use the merge vertex tool, or we can merge it only a little bit. Extrude it only a little bit so it's close, and then use a merge vertex tool to snap this up, and then grab that vertex and snap it up so it's at the right height. So it's sort of personal preference really. I like doing it this way because that way I know 100% that the vertices are merged together. So this is the way I like to do it. It might take a tiny bit more time, but there are less mistakes that you can make with this technique. So that's why I like doing it this way. So yeah, we're just going to do it this way. So now that they're all extruded and we're going off edges, I'm just going to use the merge vertex tool, okay, and snap these all up. The good thing with this is that this way I'm 100% sure that the vertices are merged, okay, so I don't have to worry about it in case it wasn't in the threshold and so on. So I like doing it this way. And also you can use the merge vertex tool in this last one as well to snap that up. And then we're just going to go back down to these and just snap them up so they'll line up, okay? So select that one, select that angle, axes. Okay, same with this, and same with that. Okay, so this is really personal preference of the way you like to work stuff. And I think that one is fine. Okay. Yeah, okay, so that's all good. Now we're going to have to do the cuts across here as well. So let's go ahead and do that. And we're going to do it the same way, or whichever way you like. I'm just going to use edge loops and keep adding these in around here. Okay, cool. And then just use my merge vertex tool. Snap these down. And that one down there, and that's it. And then now I just got to go ahead and grab these, and to make sure that they're lined up, just snap them down. Okay, that's my last one, and one more. Okay, cool. I think these are merged, so they should be fine. Ooh. Yeah, okay, this is fine, that's good. Okay, so we're pretty much there. Let's just go ahead and delete the history on this. So, edit, delete all by type, history. Okay, cool. So, we basically got the space cut in, and I'm just gonna get up my reference, so I'm just gonna pause for a sec. Okay, so I'm back. I just got the reference to see how deep this would have to be. And let's just go ahead and come out of isolation, okay? So you can see if this is spot on or not. I'm gonna go ahead and unsmooth the top piece and have a look how they line up. So I'm just gonna go into my side view and trying to figure out, okay, this is the back. Okay. Turn on X-ray. I'm not sure if I will be able to see it here properly. Let's try front. We can actually do that in perspective pretty much. So these are both on smooth, and now I'm just looking if these line up properly or not. Okay, so we're getting a couple of issues here. I'm not sure if it's because they're not lined up properly. But it shouldn't be too big of a deal, especially here on the back, because there'll be loads of stuff covering this. So we only need it for this little corner really, so it should be fine. I think it should be all good. Let's just turn off the wireframe. Okay, so we get a little bit of an issue here. This seemed to be angled outwards. But it shouldn't be too bad. We can go ahead and come back to this and fix it if it bothers us too much. Or might fix it if you just move it down a tiny bit. Not really, it doesn't, does it? Right, so we might come back to this. But apart from that tiny gap, we can fix by if we just grab this edge and also this one, and we can adjust these later, but we might as well do it now. So if we just, what else did I select? If we just select all of these and select that axis, come out of isolate, turn back on a wireframe, and let's go ahead and try to snap it here. Okay, that will make these line up perfectly. Okay, so it should be all good. Now with this piece, we could go ahead and either push those in or push these outwards. Excuse me. So I could just grab, let's try to do this now really quick. Just don't want to spend too much time on this, to be honest. Okay, let's unisolate and just try to adjust this a little bit. So let's go ahead and try to push it out this way. Okay, and that sort of fixes our problem. Okay, so that looks pretty good. Let's just leave that as it is. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and wrap this up, wrap this piece up or finish it up. Let's just go ahead and, we can go ahead and add in all the loops and then duplicate it over. Or we can just duplicate it over and then add in all the loops. It depends the way you want to work. I think we're going to go ahead and add in all the loops and then duplicate it over. Okay, so let's just go ahead and select this piece again and start adding in the loops. So I think, yeah, definitely going to need one around here. And I don't know if it's just my screen or this is freaking out a little bit, but might as well check before we go ahead and go crazy with this. I think it should be okay. Let's just run a clean up on this to make sure that we don't have any major issues. Okay, and it should be fine. Okay, let's go ahead and carry on adding in the loops. Oh, I know what it is. It seems like I duplicated this. I'm pretty sure I must have. Yeah, there we go. Right, that's what it is. Okay, so it's fine. So let's go ahead and add in the loops. Okay. And it should be a lot easier for this piece than the top one. So there isn't so many edges. So the only thing with doing it this way, that we add in the edge loops first and then duplicate it over, that when we merge the vertices together, it might not always work as well. So that's the only thing really. But hopefully in this case it should be okay. So now I'm just coming back around here. And when you do these edge loops, okay, what you wanna, I don't want to spend a million time on adding all these edge loops because we're adding so many. So I'm just kind of eyeballing it really quick. But when you want to do it properly, what you want to aim for, that these interlocking faces, these faces in here that you add when you add in the loops, you want to aim them to be a square. Okay, and that's what's going to give you the best sort of smoothing result. Okay, so that's what you should aim for. I'm also going to go ahead and just move a couple of these edges a little bit closer to there. Oh, don't want to do it too much. Actually, we're going to leave that as it is for now. Might come back to it and adjust it. Let's just add in the edge loops. So, gonna need it here. We could add in another one, but that might make things super tight here. So I don't want to risk it. We might come back to it. And I'm just looking at my reference to see how tight this bit is. If you need to add in a loop here or not, but I think it should be fine. So you haven't gotten rid of anything here. Let's just go ahead and smooth this. See how it's looking. That's the easiest way. Ooh. Yeah, you're gonna have to go ahead and fix this real quick. So let's go ahead and add in a couple of loops. Insert edge loop. And that don't go anywhere. So that's a little bit of a problem, but one should be fine. Okay, gonna need one going here. And that should be a little bit better now. And I don't know where that edge is going, but let's go ahead and smooth this. And I think I'm missing one here as well. And a couple here. Okay, let's try that now. And we're still missing quite a lot, seems like. That's a bit strange. All right. It should be okay. Let's go ahead, because it is cut in half. The loops don't go around, so that's a little bit of a problem, but this is why we should have duplicated it over and then add in the loops after. But I mean, what can we do? I guess we're just going to do it this way. If it doesn't work, we can always go back and do it the other way. Okay, so this inner piece doesn't really matter too much because it's not going to be seen a whole lot. So now I'm just looking at why this is freaking out, and we need an edge going here. And also need an edge on the bottom half. And I'm pretty sure that this is a hard edge here, not a soft one. So let's just go ahead and smooth it. Okay, so I'm missing a couple here. Should be fine. And seems like here as well. Okay, so that looks okay. And again, we can do the same thing with this as how we done it with the top, to add in these extra loops to get rid of these really long faces. But let's just go ahead and duplicate this over. And I'm really running out of time, but it's fine. Let's go ahead and scale this x-1. Okay, and let's go ahead and grab both of them, mesh combine, and then re-isolate. Go to our front view and grab all these and go to merge vertices, and hopefully it worked out. So I'm just going to go around here, and this is why it's tricky. So if these edge loops are too close together, it's going to merge those vertices together, so you might have to go around and actually merge all these verts manually, which would be a massive pain. So sometimes, like it did here, I'm pretty sure it done it here, didn't it? Or we didn't have a loop. I guess we didn't have a loop on the bottom, so you're gonna have to go ahead and add that. I'm sure we had a loop. I guess we didn't. Okay, so I'm just going around checking these, and it should be okay. So let's go ahead and double select that edge and delete. Okay, and again have a look around, make sure everything's good, and it looks okay. So we're pretty lucky. Let's go ahead and smooth it, and also add in this loop on the bottom. Okay, so let's go ahead and smooth this. Okay, so it looks pretty good. It's not that bad. So let's go ahead, and we're getting some weirdness here because of these massively long faces. So let's go ahead and add a couple in here. So as you can tell, see this big highlight, okay, where the smoothing is going weird, and that is exactly because of these super long face that we have here. Okay, so if you have a look, if we now go ahead and use our multiple edge loops and just add in probably like 6, add in here, okay, and if we go ahead and go back to our insert edge loop and just add Probably like 1, 2 here. And let's move it now. As you can tell, that sort of horrible smoothing goes away. Okay, and it's a lot better now. Okay, so I'm just checking anywhere else. Okay, so everything else looks pretty good. Quite happy with that. So let's go ahead and come out of isolate and see how this sits together. Okay, so this is the top piece. And I moved some stuff around, and that's the reason why these two don't line up here perfectly, but I can go ahead and adjust that in a bit. I'm just more worried about this back. Okay, so that looks fine. It looks good. And the reason why we get this, you probably don't get it. The reason why I get this little line here going across because I moved this around when I was off camera. I mean off screen. We can just go ahead and move this a tiny bit to line these up. Well, I'll play with it around. Yours should be lined up because we've done it before in the series, okay? So, yep, this is the end of this. And in the next couple of parts, we'll go ahead and fill this bit up with all the stuff that sits in there, okay? So, I'll see you guys in the next couple of parts.